Is Nick Walsh a dirty referee? Well, some people believe that he should be given an early bath. Some people think he should be given a red card and take an early holiday after his decision to award Ross County a late penalty in their game against Dundee. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. And this decision, very controversial, not only did it give Ross County the opportunity to equalise, to get a point, and to keep themselves within touching distance of Dundee heading into the final game of the season, potentially getting themselves out of the relegation playoff spot and putting Dundee into that relegation playoff spot. It also relegated St Johnstone, who, did have a big win against County last week, got themselves into a pretty good position, had goal difference that was better than County's, gave themselves a chance heading into the final game, just to have it taken away from a 96th minute call that to me made absolutely no sense at all. Now, Nick Walsh, he gave the penalty originally. They went to VAR. They did not overturn it. I don't understand what happened here. Neither did former Grade 1 referee Des Roach, who believes that Nick Walsh should get an early holiday and not be given a game in the final weekend of the season. What's your thoughts, Big Stevie Cool? Was this a cool call for Nick Walsh, or did he make a mistake?
He made a mistake, and you know what? I'm sick of it. Not just from him. Why give him an early holiday? Why give him an early bath? Why not sack him on the spot? That's my question. Why do referees constantly get away with making... But we're not talking about some wee exhibition game here, pre-season friendly. We're literally talking about a decision that's relegated St Johnstone, and it's put Dundee under unnecessary jeopardy going into the last weekend. That's it. And Des Roach, whatever his name is, his solution, it said Nick Walsh on his holidays 3 days early. Why? Why does he deserve to go on his holidays when the more competent refs actually have to work?
Look, at least Roach...
But see in most workplaces, right? See people that get, suspended with pay. They're buzzing. That's what he's calling Nick Walsh to get here.
No, but at least he's calling out and saying it was wrong.
No, I'll admit that.
Rather than just glossing over it. I mean, he could protect his former referee buddy, but he's not doing that. So speaking on the hotline live, Roach gave his opinion on the matter, and Walsh, who is by some described as the best referee in the country. I don't think St Johnstone or Simo Falakari will be referring to him as the top referee, nor will Dundee or Tony Docherty. They won't be referring to him as the top referee in the county. Maybe Ross County and Don Cowie, because I think they were in serious danger, by the way, of getting relegated.
I agree.
I said I didn't think County would pick up any points. I didn't think they'd win any games. And you know what? It's sad for St Johnstone. I think there's a chance. I think this could have saved Ross County's season. Anyway, Des Roach said on the hotline, he says regarding the decision, quote, "I agree with you, and 90%, 99% of the nation agree. That's never a penalty kick. It's absolutely appalling. We've given Nick his plaudits when it's due. But what I'd like to have was seen him take a stance and say, no, that isn't a penalty kick. What Nick has done there, he's followed the letter of the law, because they say if the hand touches the ball in the air and it's above and beyond the shoulder, it's a handball offence. But you could put that to any handball. What was Willie Collins saying at the start of the season? He wants to see more football and decisions made. It should be common sense. The referee team, and I'm saying team because he had Andrew Dallas on far, should have given him the chance to have a second look and buy himself a minute. It's a shocking decision. I'd let him have an early holiday. He's not getting the cup final, so let him have this weekend off and let him do a Derek McInnes this weekend. Watch from afar and get the flip-flops on." End of quote. We dig there at Derek McInnes. Appalling decision. Listen, they can say if your hands are above your shoulders or waistline or whatnot, but we've also been told that if it's a close quarter situation, then it shouldn't be a penalty. And there is absolutely fuck all that Portals can do about this. He's not even looking at the ball. his teammate literally heads the ball off his hand. I mean, we're talking about a foot at most between them, and he's heading the ball away from goal. He's heading the ball out of the box. If nothing changes, right? It hits his hand and it still clears away from the box. If Portals isn't there, it's still a header and it's still going away from the box. If anything, hitting Portals' hand gives County a chance to, try and get the ball. I think it's a shocking decision, man, and I just cannot understand why it's been given. As harsh as it would be, if the ball was heading towards goal or heading across the box, I mean, you could potentially maybe give it. See, no, it's no. He's heading it away, man. Fucking hell.
No, why he gave it? Because he gave it initially, and they're never going to overturn it. Oh, it's not clear and obvious. It's not clear. But that's all you hear. It's not clear and obvious. Because this guy, Nick Walsh, Nick the prick, has looked at the monitor and went, well, it's hit his hand. I'm not going to overturn that. I'm Nick Walsh. I make the decisions. I'm the man. I ruin games of football. Oh, full time in that other game. I'll relegate them.
Would it not be better for him though if he did come out and overturn it? Would he not he'd be getting plaudits right now? Would he not be getting praised and saying, "Oh,
yeah, but
he made
short-sightedness.
He made a tough call. He overturned that with the last kick of the game." Would that not be more beneficial for him, or is it just a case of I'll stick with the on-field decision and in that case, even if I'm wrong, I'm sticking with what was originally given. I'd rather be wrong and stick with the original decision than be wrong and overturn the original decision.
That's what it can't.
Is it cowardice then?
It's cowardice, and it's also some of them just love the limelight, man, and they love the.
You think Nick Walsh knew he was going to create headlines for that decision?
Aye, that's absolutely 100%. That's what most of them do. As sad as it is, but we see it. We've seen it in the Old Firm a couple of weeks ago. It's like he wasn't booking anyone. And then he books the young lads that came on and he booked Barry because Barry can't get to him.
To me, this decision just doesn't go against some teams.
Strong referees.
I
needed some fucking strong referees, and what was it? Was it Dundee?
If
Nick Walsh's arse folded though.
I mean, if any handball above the waist is considered a handball, then Hearts should have had a shitload of penalties this season that we didn't get. So
absolutely,
I just don't understand this. It's unbelievable. Ryan Ashley's header off Portals. It's mental. I can't see how this has been given.
Nick Walsh is a fud. That's why.
I mean, Don Cowie didn't speak too much about it, but I think he even felt like he got away with one there.
I mean, I'm not going to blame Dan Cowie for no mentioning it.
I mean, he's probably grateful, because it saved his team for another day.
But
having said that,
most importantly, folks, it's fucked us out of an interesting final day down at the bottom six.
I mean, technically, we've still got the playoff spot up for grabs, but I don't see Ross County winning.
No,
I'm not convinced they'll get the job done. If anything, I still think Ross County could go down. I'm looking at Livingston. Over 2 legs, I give them a chance. I give them a pretty good chance.
You never know, Partick later on in the day could get the job done.
I mean, they could, but likelihood is...
It was weird hearing the Partick manager get the piss ripped out of him by a Partick fan on Super Scoreboard.
Well, I mean, that's how life goes, isn't it?
That's how life goes. I don't think Mark Wilson's going to be getting the Partick job anytime soon. I think that's harsh. I think if he got them up, man, I think he would deserve it. But I would understand them not giving him it.
But then again, it's similar to Barry, isn't it? I know you'll argue, but he actually done a good job, unlike Barry, I get that, but is it possible that Partick never had any intentions of giving the job to Mark Wilson? And that he should just be grateful and accept.
I get that, but I mean, Partick and Rangers, different kettle of fish.
I think Partick have got a right to aim for a little bit higher than Mark Wilson.
Well, Rangers have got more than a fucking right to aim higher than Barry Ferguson.
Of course they do.
Aye.
That's what I'm saying.
What's the problem?
Well, you're saying that Mark Wilson should maybe get the job because he's done a pretty good job.
I think Mark Wilson, getting them through the playoffs and winning, right, and getting into the Premiership would be the equivalent of Barry, winning the Europa League. And I think if Barry did win the Europa League, I'd be like, well, you know what? As much as I don't think he is the man, fuck, that's a massive achievement.
I think it's a bit harder to win the Europa League with Barry Ferguson as the Rangers manager than it is for
But
Mark Wilson to navigate some playoffs.
I'm talking about what they could have done.
Right.
I mean, what did you want me to say? Barry would have had to have overturned the 27-point gap in the league.
I hope Mark Wilson doesn't get the job because I prefer him on Super Scoreboard.
Anyway,
and I tell you what, see if Mark Wilson gets the job. Maybe that means there's 2 nights having to listen to Simon Donnelly, and I'm a fuck doing that.
No, we do not want that.
One's enough, so I like Mark Wilson.
Anyway, Nick Walsh is away for early holiday. Everyone will be away for holidays after this weekend, apart from us.
Aye,
we'll be here all summer long, like other people on YouTube.
Nick Walsh has sent St Johnstone on a wee early holiday to the championship as well. So
R.I.P. St Johnstone.
We'll see what happens, guys. But yeah, Nick Walsh, shite referee, shite decision, just shite, isn't it?
Shite all round. Till then, peace.